this kind of a technology. So how you can do your review of literature? You can take a help of Google. Okay. Earlier, people used to sit in a library. They have to search each and every page in the books, identify those wordings they have underlined, they have tagged, and then they have written on the books. And this is how they used to do a review of literature. But now we are into a modern era. Google Baba have all the information. Only thing is that we should know how to do effective Googling. And therefore, whenever you are going to write anything, write down the broad area of your title. Or suppose if you identified the narrow area of your broad title, write down that. For example, my broad area is public passenger transport. Under that, I want to do a research on bus passenger transport, okay, or bus services by any of the undertakings. So I can write only bus services full stop PDF. So I will get all the related papers or all the related review of literature or literature which have any sort of research writing with respect to bus services. And you can able to get more than 10,000, 12,000 similar type of research. I'm not saying same type of research, but similar type of research. And if you want to delimit those number from 10,000 to 100, then little more specific. Instead of writing bus services, write down bus services in Maharashtra. Then it will less down to might be 500 research topic, research titles or research articles. If you want to narrow down more, suppose you are doing in Mumbai, so write down public passenger transport, especially bus services in Konkan area. So that paper reduced to 100. So this is how we can able to find out research articles or review of literature which is already done by someone else. And therefore, in PhD program, I don't know how many of you have done a PhD, but in PhD, we always divide our review of literature, particularly at three different levels. Research at international level means any part study which is conducted at international level. Second is international level, and third is local level. And this is how we divide our research and try to find out what are the similarities in the variables. Suppose I have referred 100 research articles. All articles talks about cervical model, which is made exclusively for service quality. So I can able to know SQL model will going to play one of the important role when I have to conduct research on bus services. Next is you can also type your of topic and add word ETD. ETD is electronic dissertation and thesis, which is available online. There is a good platform where you can able to find out the past thesis and dissertation of so many universities, and it is completely free of charge. Next, research area related journal. You can refer research related journal. You can also refer good reputed journal like Emerald, Elsewhere, Taylor Francis, SEG. Okay, those international reputed journal you can refer. There is no need to pay anything. Only thing is that you can only allowed to read those journal which are 10-year old. I mean to say, now 2025 is going on, so any research journal which is published till 2015 are freely available. You can download freely, you can read freely, but if you want a latest result for that you have to pay, and those amount is huge. Yes, you can also take a use of ebooks. Now ebooks are nowadays getting more and more importance because when books are available online, You can also able to get a review of those books easily, because we have machine learning mechanism which can read the entire book in 1 minute and give you the gist of the book. And therefore, when you refer anything online, your review also become little fast. In Plebinet, I think you all are college teachers, so you might be aware of it. Implement is a UGC, library where all the colleges can able to connect their library. It is free of charge. Only thing is that the librarian of the college have to write a letter to the UGC, and they get a password and link and a password. With the help of that, they can also become a part of UGC library. They can refer all the books which is there in UGC library, which is available online. Shodh Ganga is again a UGC platform where all the thesis and dissertation which is submitted to the University of Indian universities are kept there. When I say Indian universities, basically those universities which are of a central or a state sponsored university. Though now UGC has made it compulsory for all the university to put their thesis online. Yes, I request if you can mute yourself. Yes. Now this is something where you can able to do your review of literature in Excel sheet. This is very simple way, and with the help of this, you can able to understand the concept of review of literature, and you can also able to analyze the research gap. Let's see, I have divided my entire Excel sheet into 4 5 part. For a serial number is only number, just how many paper you have referred, title of the paper, journal, publication detail year, name of the author, objective of the study, findings, and your remark. From the remark, you can able to get a research gap. Let's see how you can write. So you can make thesis like this way, and accordingly you can able to write your entire review of literature in Excel sheet. Nowadays, in northern part of India, this is the most accepted way of writing a research, review of literature. But still, in University of Mumbai, what we do, we write pages, we write paragraphs, and those paragraph runs into pages. Some people write half page review, some people write 1.5 page review, some people like 2 page review. So like that way they write 100 page review of literature, which is not at all needed. With the help of Excel sheet, you only able to know what are the important thing which you have to refer from the entire research. Objective and findings should be correlated to each other. Suppose my finding is to find out the reason behind headache, so my finding should be the reason, not anything. And what is your remark? Remark means what you have understood, whether the researcher has justified the objective with findings or not, whether they have you know done the justice with the research title or not. Accordingly, you can able to add one more column at the end, research and gap analysis, and with the help of that you can able to find out research gap. And with the help of this Excel sheet, you can refer 100 review of literature, and when you are going to write in a books, it will consist of around more than 20 pages, not more than 20 pages, even less than that. So this is more ideal way, and basically university like Delhi University, university like Kurukshetra University, or Ramanand University, or Guru Nanak Dev University, Lucknow University, those university nowadays preferring this kind of a review. Moving to next, this is the way of writing ROL. People write ROL in one page. But let's see, we only have to cover the important thing. Here there are two authors. This is API style. Huh? Two authors are there, Shankaran and Joshi. So I've written K. Shankaran, comma J.V. Joshi within a year in which they have done the research 2016, stated the reason for the poor progress of the scheme of autonomous college. This includes management of private college are worried as they have to find additional source to match the financial obligation. Teachers are not fully prepared to assume complete responsibility. Teachers also fear that management may have misused the control and would be subject to higher workload. Now let's see, just reading 5 6 line, you can make out what is written in this research paper, or you can able to make out what are the things which included in this type of research. Similarly, when you see the second revived literature, here also the similarity is same. Studied, the student from autonomous institute are more satisfied than the non-autonomous institute. The autonomous institute has a greater sense of responsibility and were sensitive to the need of the student, which are the main reason for the satisfaction of the student. So here in first review of literature, my main reason for doing research is to know whether autonomous is good or autonomous is bad. Means what are the future of autonomous, or what are the problem and perspectives of autonomous. But when it comes to the second review, after reading second review, we came to know that here researcher have done a comparative analysis between autonomous and not autonomous college by evaluating the satisfaction level of the student. So, just reading 4 5 line, the reader should understand what review of literature you have done. After doing review of literature, the important thing, as I said, in the review of literature only you can able to find out your research gap. And once you have done the review of literature, automatically your research gap will be derived from your review of literature. After that, next step is objective of the study. Now, when it comes to objective of the study, people don't know how to set objectives. They write objectives in paragraph. But remember one thing, objective should be a clear statement. It should not be any compound statement. It should not be any complex statement. It is simple, clear statement. And when it comes to research paper, you should not take more than three objectives. Or when it comes to research project, you should not take more than four objectives. And when it comes to research PhD or PhD thesis, your objective should not be more than seven or eight. Otherwise, you cannot able to complete your research in time. And time management is also one of the important essentials of good thesis. Avoid complexity in the statement. Don't put two three sentence in one objective. Let make it three. If there are three sentence in one objective, let it make three. Don't make a one objective. Always write in a bullet point. Always write in a bullet point. It always starts like this way: to study, to identify, to evaluate, to know, or to study. This kind of a word you should start with. And what you are going to study: to study the relationship, or to study the differences, or to study the preferences, or to evaluate the performance, to study the trend, or to identify the factor of growth. ठीक है, reasons, factor influencing, etc. So these are the important measures which you want to study. What do you want to study? Relationship between a variable or differences between a variable, perceptions of your respondent, performance of any of your variable, to know the trend, growth, reason, factor influencing. So these are the important things which you want to do of, or you want to study of your variables. Remember one thing, we never study we never study the respondent, but we always study the responses of the respondent. I mean to say, subject is not studied, their characteristics should be. Moving to the next point, setting a hypothesis. Once you have set your hypothesis, so set your objectives. Now time is to frame a hypothesis. How to set a hypothesis? There are two basic conditions. Number one, look at your research before setting your hypothesis. Second, a review of literature. Now let's see how these two things plays very important. Whenever you read any good quality research paper which is published in any of the Scopus listed journal or Web on Science listed journal, you can see how people have framed their hypothesis. They frame hypothesis like this way: A, said so and so thing; B, find out so and so thing; C, explore so and so thing. Therefore, my hypothesis is so and so. My hypothesis so and so. And those hypotheses should correlate to your objectives. Otherwise, I have framed a hypothesis on the basis of reviewing literature, but that hypothesis is not supporting my study. So that is again a issue. Remember one thing, hypothesis is nothing but it is a plain statement, it is a proposition, it is an assumption, but it should be verified by a relevant review of literature. Suppose if I assume that tomorrow I will start flying, or tomorrow I will get a wings like bird and I can fly. This is also an assumption, but this assumption cannot be tested because we don't have any supporting literature to this statement. And therefore, we always occur type 1 or type 2 error whenever we frame a hypothesis. And acha, now the important question comes, how many types of hypotheses are there? How many types of hypotheses are there? People will say there are two types of hypothesis, HO and H1. What is HO? Null hypothesis. H1 is alternative hypothesis. But suppose I want to set only a alternative hypothesis without a null hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis always comes as a complementary with my null hypothesis. ठीक है? Without a null hypothesis, I cannot frame a alternative hypothesis. But suppose I want to start my research with positive hypothesis. So what it should be called? This alternative hypothesis, when you frame without a null hypothesis, it is called as either a working hypothesis or a directional hypothesis. What hypothesis? Working hypothesis or directional hypothesis. Let's see what is a null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is empty hypothesis. It do not make any confirmed statement. I mean to say, when I say average height of a classroom equal to not equal to 5 feet. So when I say equal to not equal to, that means I am not making any statement. Let the data says. Similarly, when I say there is no significant relationship between A and B, I'm saying I don't know whether they have a relationship or not. You find out. And what is my alternative? Alternative says there is a significant relationship. So when we work upon null and alternative hypothesis, we are just claiming whether there is a relationship or not. But if you want to prove that they have a relationship, but as a brother and sister, or as a friend, or as a family member. So for that purpose, we have to set working hypothesis or a directional hypothesis. What is a working hypothesis? Under a working hypothesis, I can say A have a significant relation with B. Okay, so my entire focus is to prove that they have a relationship. Similarly, when it comes to directional hypothesis, I can say A is brother of P. So I'm giving a direction that they have a which kind of a relationship, directional relationship. Or A is a husband of B, or B is wife of A. So here I am giving certain direction. So this is called as directional hypothesis, working hypothesis, and directional hypotheses are always set in a positive frame, whereas null and alternative always come into a combo package. I hope you have understood this hypothesis is one of the important area, and basically researcher are very much uncomfortable when it comes to hypothesis. So I can say this is a gray area where researcher feel uncomfortable. The reason being their concepts are not clear about hypothesis. When you read so many books, you will get different kind of hypothesis. You can get a statistical hypothesis. You will get relational hypothesis. It is also known as conceptual hypothesis. What is conceptual hypothesis? Conceptual hypothesis is that where you use only meta analysis to stabilize your theory. So how you frame a hypothesis accordingly the name changes. But the master player are alternative and null hypothesis. I hope you have understood. If anybody have any question on the hypothesis, please ask me. Moving further, research methodology. As I said in the beginning, research method includes many things. First, source of data collection. When it comes to source of data collection, further divided into two parts: primary source and the secondary source. Under primary and secondary, again there is a question: which type of source you are using, or which instrument you are using for collection data, like either a question, or which is known as questionnaire, or scheduler, or observation method, or interview method, or participatory method. So from which method or which way of method you are collecting information from primary source. Similarly, we also have a secondary, we also have a, just a moment. So here we are talking about primary and secondary source. So that we have to write down very clearly, even from the secondary sources, which are the secondary source from where we are getting a data. Second is questionnaire. As I said, questionnaire is optional when you are conducting empirical study, or when you are conducting those kind of study where you are dealing with the population. Then only the questionnaire method comes into picture. Otherwise, if you are doing any finance related study where you are more reliable, relying on second data, there is no need for questionnaire. Second, sampling method. Under sampling method, we have a two method: probability sampling method and non-probability sampling method. You are aware, probability means those sampling method which follow certain methods, certain formulas, certain system where we can able to determine our samples. Similarly, non-probability method is as per your convenience, as per voluntary, as per snowball sampling. So it is a more on the convenience of the researcher. Sample size is depending on which type of population are taking, definite or infinite. There are so many research paper and research book where it is written that whether your population is infinite or finite, you should take 384 sample is more than sufficient. Only condition is that your sample should be a true representative of your universe. And for that, there are so many papers. There is one paper which is written by Glenn D. Israel, and this paper is submitted to University of Florida. Okay, and the name of the paper is determinant of sample size. There also you can able to understand what are the mechanism. This paper is worldwide accepted, and people refer this particular research paper just to derive their sample size. And at the end, test used to analyze data. Now on this we have a completely 1 week workshop which test to be used on which type of data. But here you can only know we have two type of test: parametric and non-parametric. Parametric and non-parametric, these are called as test of differences. And when we have to do a test of relationship, we have Carl Pearson or we have a Spearman rank correlation. Okay? And when it comes to find out the impact, then we have a regression model, we have a SAM model, structure equation modeling. With the help of that, we try to find out the impact of one variable on the another variable. Before doing data analysis and interpretation, you have to go through a data processing. Data data processing includes coding, then rectification of error, tabulation, classification of your data. So editing, coding, classification, tabulation. These are the four important steps. Then you can go for data analysis and interpretation. And once you can able to arrange all the data in table, you can able to draw your inferences very easily, and you can also test your hypothesis. Last In last 20-25 years, there are lots of people who are doing testing of hypothesis using statistical tool. Otherwise, before 2000, people used to use statistical tool like percentage, like comparative graphs, chart, to draw our inferences and to test their hypothesis. But now we have a good statistical tool which is available in the market, like SPSS, we have R Studio, we have Jamovi, we have scattered plot, we have eView. So many things are there in the market. This is the way of writing citations. At the end, you write references as per APA style. Some university also accept MLA style. This is purely depending on which magazine you are targeting or which research journal you are targeting to write your research article. Some research journals, they tell you to write citation as per APA style. Some are telling you should write as per MLA style. There are three way of writing citation. APA, that is American Psychological Association style. Second is MLA, Modern Language Association style, and third is Chicago Manual. So these are the three important way of writing citation. Whereas APA is more popular, and Chicago manuals basically we use while writing a articles in magazines. So here we have some examples of APA. First of all, you have to write down the name of author within a bracket year, title of your research paper, then where it is submitted, the Journal of Teacher Education Division of Council of Expectation Children, page number. If you have the place from where the journal get published, you can also write down the name of that particular place. Now let's see MLA style. Here we write years at the end. In APA style we have written year of publication here, but in MLA we write at the end. Okay, here we don't use invited comma, here we use invited comma for title of the research. Okay, the rest of the thing is moreover same. Let's see the difference between APA style and MLA style. Sometime paper get rejected from the journal because you have not cited your references properly, and this is one of the common reason for rejecting a paper when it comes to international journals. APA style is used for social science, whereas MLA style is used for humanities. Humanities means those research which is conducted in art community, like literatures, like psychology, like economics, where we use MLA style. APA is used where we always write title of our research in italic form, whereas in MLA title is underlined. When it comes to APA style, source pages title has references, whereas in MLA it is referred as work cited. The difference is what? Here we will write references, there we will write work cited and list follow. Whereas in APA style we write down last name of the author, whereas in MLA style we write down full name of the author. In APA style, citation contains author's name and year of publication, whereas in MLA, citation contains only author's name and page number. In APA style, common are used in text citation, whereas in MLA, commas are not used in text citations. Let's see what is the format of research paper. If you write your research paper in this format, 101% your paper will be accepted with little modification. Why I'm saying modification? Because every reputed journal have their own way of presenting the research work. And before writing any research paper for any of the journal, first of all you read those journals research paper, published research paper, so that you can able to cope up with their academic writings. Starting with abstract. Abstract should be there in the research paper. Then we have to follow 10 points for writing research paper, starting with introduction, then review of literature. From the review of literature, you can identify a research gap, and just to fill research gap, you set up objectives. To support objectives, you frame hypothesis, and to achieve your objectives and to test your hypothesis, the important thing is research methodology. So you write about research methodology, and whenever you're going to write down about research methodology, write down in detail source of data, your target audience, your sample techniques, sample size, okay, and the most important, data analysis and interpretation. How or which test you will going to use to analyze your data. Then significance of the study. What are the importance of your study? Main text. Now when I say main text, this is called as research work, where you're going to present table, where you're going to present charts, graphs, and try to analyze on the basis of those tabular data. And then finding conclusion also include the result of your hypothesis testing, and then at the end, suggestion. And this is the 10 point which should be there in your research paper. So good quality research paper always be worked on this 10 important point. And at the end, references. When I write the word references, I mean to say you should cite your research work as per APA style. Otherwise, I would have written work cited for MLA style. So when you're going to write down abstract, what are the things that you should include in abstract? Summarize the paper in paragraph or two. Your abstract should not be more than 250 words. Should not be more than 250 words. And what you should include in this 250 word, contribution of yours means your research paper, which approach you are using, inductive or deductive, for conducting a research, your results, significance. So these are the important thing that should be included in the abstract. As short as possible, I said it should not be more than 250 words. What is the reason why there is a need to write abstract? It will encourage the reader to read your entire paper. Otherwise, if your abstract is misleading or not clear, people will not read your entire paper. They will read your abstract and leave it. First sentence, summarize the paper. Don't make me read an essay before saying what to do. Okay, so just give a important information. For an example, you should write down this paper highlights so and so thing. Here, the researcher have used this approach to find out so and so things and stabilize the relationship between these and two things. Accordingly, they have identified this and this factor, and this is an academic writing and try to stabilize those relationships. This is how you write. So those who are reading your abstract can able to understand what are the important items which you have covered in your research paper. Remember one thing, abstract and review of literature are moreover same. Sometime instead of doing a proper review of literature, researcher only read abstract and that they write in the review of literature, because abstract is giving you the gist of your entire paper. Reset of a paper should stand alone without abstract. Repeating text is okay, because whatever you written in the abstract, if you the same thing you write in the main research paper, it is allowed because you are only repeating 250 words, not more than that. Format for PhD proposal, I think PhD proposal and research paper writing is moreover same. Only thing is that here we don't write significance of the study, here we write scope of the study, and this significant is not mandatory in proposal. Okay, instead of here we write most of them limitation of the study, expected outcome. There we have a finding conclusion, but here we have only expected outcome. We are not sure what should be the outcome. We are doing study, then we will tell what is the outcome. Yes, any questions you can ask? Yes, any questions? Now the questions comes like, where we should publish our paper. There are so many good reputed journal. You visit their website, they always have options. Submit your paper. Like Indian Commerce Association, they have their own journal, the Journal of Commerce and Management. There on their website, you can able to submit your paper, and the paper is automatically sent to the reviewer, and accordingly they will evaluate your paper, and whatever the changes they will tell you. If your paper is quality paper, they will give you some changes or modification. If it is not, they straight away reject it. Similarly, we also have Indian Accounting Association. There you can write accounting paper. Then we have journals like Elsewhere, Emerald, Taylor Francis, SEG, okay, International Journal of Management, International Management of Marketing Management, International Journal of Trade Transport. So this kind of a journal always invite a research paper. You write down a paper. First of all, you refer their earlier research paper, and accordingly you write a paper as per their requirement, and then submit online. They will give you feedback in 1 or 2 months. Remember one thing: when you want to publish a paper in a good quality research journal, and that is without paying anything, then you have to wait. You have to wait at least for 4 to 5 months. I want to show you some research paper of my, which I got published. Let's see. Measuring innovative banking user satisfaction scale. This is a paper which is written by me and Dr. Keur Naik, and this paper is Scoopers listed journal paper. You can click it here, and you can able to find out the entire research paper. It is also there on ResearchGate. You can check the name of the journal, Test Engineering and Management Journal. Here we have written a paper, and here it is written very clearly. Article received. We have submitted paper on 5th March 2019, and it is revised on 18th May 2018. It is accepted on 24th September 2019 and published on 23rd December 2019. Means it took how many months to get published? 9 months. And let's see, this is an abstract. What we have written, this is abstract. We have written very specifically what is the purpose of writing a research paper: design and method approach, findings, research limitations, practical implications, originality, and keywords. This is not any paper which is paid by us and someone else have written for us. This is what we have done a hard work for 9 months, and ultimately it got published in Test Journal, which is a Scopus listed journal. We have also developed a, this is called as SEM, structural equation modeling, where we taken a user satisfaction as a important variable. This is called as dependent variable. This is called as composite variable. From the composite variable we got independent variable, and all these independent variable have an impact on dependent variable. This is one. Let's see some of the other research paper also. This is again paper which is got published in Turkish online journal of quality. Same journal you can also get one clone journal. So be aware of those clone journal. You visit their website. Let's see, you visit their website and you can able to know whether it is a clone journal or it is a original journal. Let's see here. This is another way. First of all, let's see the abstract. Let's see. This is the abstract. And if you see the word is not more than 250 words. Here we have written, we have taken 253 samples. Which test we have used? We have used mean square and ANOVA test, okay, for testing of hypothesis, and we have used the various survey to know the employee satisfaction. So here we have used ANOVA table and the report. With the help of that, we have. It is not important that you should write so many pages. Sometimes silence also plays very important role. Let's see this journal. Techful Management Journal. This is a journal of IM Ahmedabad. Let's see the abstract. Can you able to see? Let me. Let's see. Abstract is of 100 words, and here I have written very clearly what I have did. I have checked the quality of bus services and important thing deployment of air conditioned buses. So here I have set a hypothesis. I think I've used one sample t-test. This is the study which got published in Hindustan Times on 11th Jan 2014 on page number 4. This is a chi-square which I've used because I have collected data from more than 10,000 people. Nowadays, there is a time of putting your paper online so that people can cite your paper. Up to now, I have 192 citations of people from different country have studied my research. One more, research paper which have a very high citation. This is written by me and one of my PhD student. Let's see the abstract. Abstract is very concise, and we have said we have used random sampling method of 50 respondents just to know how they are feeling about metro trains. And this is how we have done the review of literature in two three lines. And on the basis of that, we try to find out our hypothesis and we have analyzed the things. So this paper also have a high citation 25. Yes, anybody want to ask any question, please ask. No questions?
Yes,
सर जी,
anyone who would like to ask any
हेलो,
questions
हेलो,
from the participants?
हेलो, हाँ सर, सर एम आई ऑडिबल, एम आई
Yes,
ऑडिबल।
yes sir, please tell me.
सर मैंने तो आपके बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स में तो मैंने सुना है। During the COVID time also, I remember Thara chapter of Accounting Association. We have organized good number of lectures, and in that you were as a resource person. And we are highly motivated and inspired by your words, the way you have taken the lectures. Sir, one very important thing is in the academic writing. Sir, the teachers generally are not aware about citation, H index, I index, what all those particular things are. And basically, when you teachers are complete around research writing or some or the other paper is published in UGC care listed of Coopers, but still the awareness about these type of things are not there. So my request is, sir, if we can have you as a resource person for citation, H index, I index, such type of things.
Yes sir, yes sir. Let me explain you what is the H index or what is the citation is all about.
Yes.
Uh, Now here you can able to see there is a things called as citation 192.
Okay.
Okay. Below that we have a H index. H index means
Nine.
my nine paper have at least more than, or my nine paper have at least more than my last 11. I think 11 is my last highest number. So my 11 paper is more than 11 citation, minimum 11 citation. So here one, two, three, four, then 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 paper. My 9 paper have at least 11 citation.
So if the citations are more than 10, that means the H index will increase.
No, sir, if my citation is more than 10, so my citation is 9 because my 9 paper have more than 10 citation. I-10 means
Okay.
any research paper which have more than 10 citation. But
Okay.
why my H index is 9? Because my 9 paper have more than 9 citation.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Suppose if my H index is 12, which means my 12 paper have at least 12 citations.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So H index is something which is very important. People who have a 35 H index means 35 of their paper have at least 35 citation. Means each paper have 35 citation.
Okay. 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 Okay.
And H index means number of paper which have more than 10 citation.
Acha. Okay.
For
So
example,
I-10 index is more than 10 citations.
pardon sir.
Now H index you mentioned. Now I want to know about I-10 index.
I-10 index means my how many number of research paper have more than 10 citation. मतलब each paper have more than 10 citation.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, sir. My total article which I uploaded on Research Scholar is 20.
Okay.
20. So my maximum H index is 20. 20 से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता. उसी तरह my I-10 इंडेक्स 20 हो सकता है. लेकिन जरूरी नहीं मेरा I-10 इंडेक्स 20 हो तो मेरा H इंडेक्स भी 20 हो. मेरे 20 के 20 पेपर को सबको 11-11 साइटेशन है, तो मेरा
Okay.
H इंडेक्स कितना होगा? 11.
11 होगा, हाँ।
और मेरा I-10 कितना होगा? 20.
अच्छा सर, एक चीज जरा मुझे बताइए साइटेशन के बारे में, क्योंकि
हाँ
ये टीचर्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी मैं सवाल कर रहा हूँ। सर, साइटेशन हम लोग कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं? अगर किसी टीचर के 10 पेपर ऑलरेडी पब्लिश हो चुके हैं लेकिन जीरो साइटेशन है, वो कैसे बढ़ता है?
सर, साइटेशन बढ़ाने का मतलब साइटेशन पहली बात तो ये सुनिए आता कैसे है. फॉर
जी।
एग्जाम्पल, आई हैव रिटन एनी पेपर विच इज पब्लिश्ड एंड ऑल्सो अवेलेबल ऑन गूगल स्कॉलर.
ओके।
ठीक है. अभी वही पेपर आप अपने रेफरेंस में डालते हो, आपने पढ़ा, आपने रेफरेंस में डाला, आपका पेपर भी पब्लिश होना चाहिए और वो भी गूगल स्कॉलर पे होना चाहिए, तब मुझे एक साइटेशन मिलेगा।
अच्छा, ओके ओके
मीन्स व्हाट, मीन्स व्हाट, पीपल माइट बी रेफरिंग योर रिसर्च
ओके।
बट देयर पेपर इज नॉट अवेलेबल ऑन गूगल स्कॉलर,
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके
तो आपको
गॉट इट।
साइटेशन मिलेगा ही नहीं।
नहीं मिलेगी, बराबर
नंबर
बराबर।
वन थिंग। नंबर टू थिंग, आपके पेपर लोग रेफर कर रहे हैं लेकिन आपका खुद का पेपर गूगल स्कॉलर पे नहीं है,
अच्छा, समझ गया सर, समझ गया।
तो आपको साइटेशन कैसे मिलेगा?
तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट मतलब आपका ये कहना है कि सारे के सारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स जो भी रिसर्च पेपर लिख रहे हैं वो सबको पहले गूगल स्कॉलर का अपना आईडी बनाना है,
बनाना चाहिए,
कंपलसरी। और
कंपल्सरी।
जो भी कुछ वो कर रहे हैं गूगल स्कॉलर के ऊपर रिफ्लेक्ट अप होना चाहिए।
जी सर।
जी।
अभी सर,
और
अभी सर देखिए, मैंने ना ऑलमोस्ट है ना 70 to 73 रिसर्च पेपर लिखे हैं, बट हियर आई कैन एबल टू फाइंड आउट ओनली 20 रिसर्च पेपर ऑफ माई।
ओके सर, ये
मतलब,
क्यों सर, इतना कम क्यों फिर?
हाँ मैं बताऊं सर, 2017-18 से पहले जितने भी पेपर पब्लिश हुए थे सब हार्ड कॉपी में थे,
राइट सर।
उनमें से कोई भी मेरे अपना गूगल स्कॉलर पे अवेलेबल ही नहीं है।
अच्छा अच्छा।
मैं कितनी भी कोशिश करूं ढूंढने की, मिल ही नहीं रहा है। दैट मीन्स दोस रिसर्च आर हार्ड कॉपी पब्लिश एंड पीपल हैव नॉट अपलोडेड ऑन रिसर्च स्कॉलर। मतलब मैं यहाँ से अगर डालना चाहूँ मेरे पेपर स्कूल रिसर्च स्कॉलर पे आ जाए तो नहीं आएगा। वो रिसर्च स्कॉलर का जो मशीन लर्निंग टेक्नोलॉजी है दैट विल गोइंग टू टेक योर पेपर ऑटोमेटिकली।
इसका मतलब जिस किसी कॉलेज ने या जिस किसी पब्लिकेशन हाउस ने वो पर्टिकुलर कॉन्फ्रेंस की प्रोसीडिंग बनाई हो या यूजीसी केयर लिस्टेड में डाला हो, अगर वो गूगल स्कॉलर में नहीं अगर अपलोड करते हैं तो हम लोगों को उसका बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता है।
सर रिसर्च स्कॉलर में सर जो लोग पेपर पब्लिश कर रहे हैं उनका है ना रिसर्च जर्नल ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल होना चाहिए।
होना चाहिए, होना चाहिए, समझ गया सर,
ठीक है,
समझ।
तो गूगल स्कॉलर ना ऑटोमेटिकली थ्रू मैकेनिक जो मशीन लर्निंग के थ्रू दे विल पिक अप योर पेपर,
ओके 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 ओके, ठीक है, समझ गया।
अदरवाइज मैनुअली यू कैन नॉट ऐड।
Understood, sir. Sir, thank you very much for giving us in a simple words what is citation, what is H index and what is I index. और सर मैं आपसे अनुरोध करूंगा कि कोई दिन इन द नियर फ्यूचर हमारी कॉलेज और भावना एजुकेशन ट्रस्ट की कॉलेज एक स्पेसिफिकली साइटेशन एच इंडेक्स और आई इंडेक्स के ऊपर आपका जो है एक सेशन रखे,
जी बिल्कुल सर।
है ना? जी सर, जी सर।
सर एक चीज मैं और बताना चाहता हूँ। रिसेंटली देयर वर सो मेनी वैकेंसीज पर्टिकुलरली इन द सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी और स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी।
यस सर।
Those central and state university compulsory ask for your total citation, including your research scholar and research get। तो
यस।
गूगल स्कॉलर रिसर्च गेट दोनों का अलग अलग साइटेशन चलता है।
ओके ओके ओके।
फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपका गूगल स्कॉलर में आपका 191 साइटेशन है तो रिसर्च गेट पे कुछ अलग हो सकता है।
सर हमारा ए ग्रेड आने के बाद में हमारे कॉलेज ने आईसीएसएसआर फंडिंग के अंदर 8 तरह के माइनर मेजर रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स में हमने डाला, लेकिन एक भी सिलेक्ट अप नहीं हुआ। एंड द रीजन फॉर ऑल सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज, सबसे पहले क्वालिटी पब्लिकेशंस नहीं है।
जी
The faculty members do not have quality publication. They are looking for Scopus Index publication. They are looking for ABDC publication, SAGE publication. That is international level. Second thing, they are also asking for citation. अगर ये सब चीजें नहीं है तो you will, though you are eligible as a college, but you will not get any kind of funding from the government agencies. So they are giving due importance to the quality of the research that you have conducted. So the same problem I am facing in my college. We are not getting a single fund from the government agencies.
sir, look at another example, sir.
Research
This is
gate.
my research gate profile. Here I have only 138 citation, whereas in Google I have 192 citation.
Yes.
But in Google I can able to find out only 20 of my paper. But here I have uploaded 32 research paper.
32. Okay, okay, okay. So ResearchGate and Research Google Scholar, both of them are different platform, and the
Their
teacher has
yes
to.
sir. Their search engine are different. Their machine learning technology are different. Here I have 7 citation.
Okay.
Seven, sorry, 7 H index.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, ResearchGate, they are not working on I-10,
Okay, okay,
because if you see my highest, paper which have a citation more than 20. My seven paper have more than 20 citation.
got it, sir. Got it, got it. So thank you very much for giving the insights about all such type of things. Thank you very much from my side. And if any of the other faculties has anything to ask, the forum is open. Sir is there. If anyone wants to ask anything. So over to the organizing committee. You can take it further. Thank you. Kuldeep Sharma sir, thank you very much. Dr. Saab, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
और कोई नहीं मिलते सर.
Definitely, sir.
Yes sir.
कुलदीप सर, जैसा कि संजय सर ने अभी बताया, सेम प्रॉब्लम आई एम आल्सो फेसिंग इन माय कॉलेज. सो इट इज रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द फैकल्टीज, स्टार्ट राइटिंग योर रिसर्च पेपर. सर, कई जगह तो ये प्रॉब्लम है कि इवन फैकल्टीज हैव नॉट इवन स्टार्टेड राइटिंग देयर रिसर्च पेपर. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. अभी वो मतलब बेबी स्टेप भी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है. कितने सारे फैकल्टीज का वो प्रॉब्लम है. So all the faculties, Bhavna Trust and LR Tiwari College, very firstly, start writing research paper. वो आप वहाँ start करेंगे, then only we can go ahead, we can move forward. So संजय सर, मैं सोच रही थी हम ऐसे research related seminars, और कुलदीप सर आपके help से हम दूसरे state university के साथ भी collaborate कर सकते हैं. वो that would be much better. Even from the NAC point of view भी वो चीजें better रहेंगी हमारे लिए for both the colleges.
Yes, ma'am.
एक national level भी हम seminar रख सकते हैं, and we'll meet and we'll discuss how we can go ahead. And today's session was really very informative, sir. Really काफी simple language में sir ने काफी कुछ समझाया. Very informative session. Anybody wants to ask question? Rupali ma'am.
Ma'am, I will request everyone to kindly switch on their
Thank you, ma'am.
cameras.
On behalf of the organizing committee,
Ma'am,
it's my
ma'am,
privilege to
just a minute.
deliver the vote of thanks as we conclude this enriching webinar on academic writing and publishing in high impact journals. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed principal, Dr. Aruna Singham Madam, and Principal of LR Tiwari College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, for their constant support and encouragement. A special thanks to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Kuldeep Sharma, for sharing his invaluable expertise and inspiring insights. A sincere appreciation to all the faculty members, technical staff, and participants for your cooperation and engagement, which ensure the success of this event. We value your feedback, so please fill out the feedback form shared in our chat or WhatsApp group to help us improve future events. Certificates will be issued upon submission. Thank you all, and we look forward to more such meaningful sessions together. Thank you all.
Thank you very, very much from my side.
I
Thank
request
you.
all the participants to fill the feedback link, which is shared in the WhatsApp group.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you very
Kindly
much.
leave the Google Meet.
Okay,
I would
thank you
request the
everyone.
participants to leave the Google Meet.
Thank you Kuldeep sir. Thank you Sanjay sir. Thank you. You all can leave the group now. सर गए, इन लोगों का भी कट कर दो तो.
I request all the participants to leave the meeting. All the faculties kindly leave the meeting.